Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues Enclave Reformed. We are going down a totally different route so far. We conquered New Reno. We're hiding from the bear, because of course we are. Hopefully we can find a way to make this work, but I need a lot of political power. Like, really do, if we're going to be able to build the support that I'm looking for. With some crackdowns and holding speeches and so on. Yeah, it takes a lot of political power to make this work. But we do get to hide for a bit longer, so that's nice. Checkmate. Cool. The Bishops may have been the most powerful family in New Reno, a dangerous man for many reasons, one of which are his numerous political connections in the NCR. New Bishop's gangsters were loyal enough to face down the other families, but at the sight of X01 power armor sent them scattered. He has retreated to his mansion, accompanied by only his closest and most loyal, surrounded by our forces and trapped. Focus on capturing their assets, civilian factories, or apprehending the leader. Hard to say no to free civilian factories, so we're going to have to do that. That should allow me, possibly, to do some trading. Yes, so we'll be able to start producing a little bit of power armor a little faster. Not by a ton, but at least -4 isn't horrible. So that's going to improve our efficiency gain a little bit. Now we can go for cold turkey and find out what the heck is going on here. Caesar's Legion is expanding. Shocking. I do not care. No divisions in basic training. Sure. The Bishops escaped to the NCR. Okay, it appears that Mr. Bishop has slipped through our fingers boarding a secret vertibird for the NCR. His location is currently unclear. We must consider the possibility he may attempt to pull strings in the new California Republic to turn the bear's attention. Let's not leave that loose end untied. 200 days remain to assassinate him. We're going to have to try. So, to assassinate Mr. Bishop, spies in the new California Republic. We have to spend 100 manpower. We have to find a way to infiltrate the NCR. How? It's a focus. Hang on. What? Where's an option to infiltrate the NCR? Is it a separate tree down over here somewhere? There it is. Okay. Yeah, we have to do that. Okay, so that reduces their suspicion of us a bit. I assume this is not exclusive with anything in particular. Okay, so we'll do the cold turkey and then we need to go do the infiltration. Probably should have done that first, but I didn't know. The Mordinos long represented the status quo of New Reno. That is to say, criminality, exploitation, chems, and misery. They had many allies, but no friends, and few are now willing to lay their lives down in defense of the Chem Lords. We may strike quickly and expect only limited resistance, but some have suggested we could use the Mordinos to demonstrate that we are serious about our old world values. Gain legitimacy and stability, or justice is overdue, gain political power. Man, I want that, but we're going to go for legitimacy and the stability. We do actually have a sizable non-enclave population now, which is part of why we're having trouble with our manpower and our political power gain. So yeah, legitimacy is a very good thing for us right now. Infiltrate the NCR. Hopefully that doesn't take too long. So we have increased our population. I don't know if the game discerns between enclave population growth and non-enclave population growth. That's going to be interesting. Don't think we need support companies at the moment. I think we'll go ahead and get started on our doctrines. We'll continue with the refined warfare because it makes sense with power armor, since we do have some pretty good power armor. We are repairing all these things. I'm going to say repairing is more important right now than building new ones, just because we can repair a lot faster than we can build. I like to get them up and running ASAP. So this is going to take a bit longer. It will reduce NCR suspicions. Then we need to spend 100 manpower to go and send out the spies, and then we need to kill him. Will abort if he is in the not in the new California Republic. And if we don't do it, then NCR suspicion goes up. I hope I get the manpower back after we've successfully assassinated Mr. Bishop. Maybe I should have focused on the leaders, and that would have made a difference. I don't know. All right, let's send them. So it's active for 60 days. Or it will be active in 60 days, I guess. When removed, we gain the spies. Yeah, it's going to take some time. Okay, so we can't really afford to waste any time on this. This is all ahead of time, so we're not going to worry about any of that. Doctrines are already in process. Could research the fighters. Don't have the production to support it. I guess we will go for the production efficiency cap now. And then... That's not very far ahead of time. This just greatly increases output, like a lot. Resource gain. Are we producing any, We are not producing any advanced technology, so that wouldn't solve my immediate problem. So that's a no. I guess we'll go for the reinforce rate. I still think that encryption tech should reduce the suspicions of the bear. Alright, stage raider attacks. If their suspicion is high, arming the raiders, send 300 infantry equipment to reduce their suspicion. Or Enclave Radio, gain radar station. Call in favors. We have to have connections in the NCR. Fascinating. Okay, so we've done all of this. Now we can have the new capital. So we gain cores on everything. We move the capital to New Reno. We gain stability. And then we have to decide if we want to enslave them or not. All right, let's gain the stability and see what happens. This is definitely interesting. It's different. You know? I'm curious. We don't have a lot more time to get political power to hide from the bear is the problem. Yakuza territories are fighting people. All right. Reroute the Crimson Caravans. Prevents any future Crimson Caravan encounters. Really? That's interesting. Reducing the suspicion of the NCR might end up being important for us, but we have a new capital. With the city of New Reno now fully under our control, we are now governing over a significant amount of wastelanders. Since we cannot install Enclave members to every single position of influence in the city, some wastelanders have begun exercising an amount of power within our borders. Inevitable, lose war support but gain popularity and democracy? Nope. Lose legitimacy? Nope. Gain legitimacy, so we should encourage it. I'm going to gain the legitimacy. Let's try it. Yeah, there's going to be some democracy, but it reduces the influence of the elites a little bit as well. But it is going down, so it's not going to last forever. New Reno slaves. During the liberation of New Reno, we've come across a large population of slaves, triggering off a debate as to whether we should allow the practice of slavery in these United States. Although there are those who say slavery is un-American, others point out that a captive workforce would be a boon to our economy and has historical precedent. As a compromise, we could adopt Vault City's servitude system, providing food protection and medical care in exchange for involuntary servitude, but others say that seems like slavery with excess steps. So slave rate labor reduces recruitable population, gives us a lot more output. Vault City's servitude is reasonable, so a slight compromise between the two, or legitimacy. Let's become legitimate! I have no idea if this is a good call or not. I have no idea. The first brick. Civilian workshops, infrastructure, war support, and New Reno police, political power gain, stability, effective partisans. Okay. But I think we have to try and reduce the interest of the bear. So that means we want to go to stage some raider attacks, probably. Do I even have support equipment? I do not have enough infantry equipment. But this would give me political power gain, which helps a lot. So let's go for Enclave Radio, I guess. We may have to hold off on any more national focuses until I can get the political power I need to actually hide. We're kind of pushing it here. We're almost done with sending out the spies, though. Okay, so we now are going to need to see an event for hiding. We have 60 days to come up with a little bit more political power, but it's only 85 right now, which is not horrible. Yeah, we may have to stop for a little bit with Enclave Radio, but at least we'll increase our political power gain by another third of what it is right now. It makes a difference. Probably. One more day. Done. Assassinate him? I assume this will work. We can extract the spies to get our guys back. Well, let's assassinate the fool. What's this? The Hydraulic Republic? Gain legitimacy. Reduce our water production, but that makes people like me. Ooh! Huh, okay. Well, anyway, let's assassinate the idiot. The assassination of Mr. Bishop. Mr. Bishop, once the top dog in New Reno, died today after his safe house was attacked by a team of Enclave operatives posing as old henchmen. After they took over his city, Mr. Bishop spent his days attempting to bring the Enclave's return to light, always treading carefully to avoid his own identity and location from becoming public knowledge. In the end, this only delayed the inevitable. He dies. We can now extract the spies. I mean, I'm sure that I could reroute the Crimson Caravans or something if I had spies here, but do we care about this right now? I mean, it would get rid of the Crimson Caravans, I'm aware, but I don't know about that. We're not going to spend the political power yet. Let's get the Enclave Radio up and running. Okay, so that's done. We have how long? 43 days producing like 0.8 per day. We actually are probably fine. We can do another national focus. Old World Radio, political power gain, reduce our encryption and decryption. Anti-communist propaganda, gain stability. Cause of the Great War, gain a lot of political power. Crack the code, gains national spirit, NCR code cracked. We are better at fighting the NCR. Okay. Prepare expansion, gain war support. We can fight people, but we don't have a lot of troops. Enclave police. That will lead to out with the old for legitimacy. Or amnesties for service, lose legitimacy. And lose the political power gain. But gain recruitable population factor a little bit. With stability. This just seems bad. Like, amnesty for service reduces legitimacy, and it only will result in a net loss of recruitable population for an increase in effective partisans. I don't care about that. Out with the old sounds a lot better. The first brick, however, would give me a lot of workshops so I can start ramping up production. So I think we're going to have to go for the first brick. Let's start getting those civilian factories up and running. Start building more factories. Get production. We do have an air base now, so that's helpful. We actually would be able to probably kill these guys quickly in the Yakuza territory if we want to. A couple of well-placed airdrops. Boom, 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 done. All right, so if we want to grow, we can. The problem being, we still need to be hiding from the NCR, so growing is probably not the best use of my time. NCR declares war on the Valet Bandits. You know, to be honest, it actually probably would have been worth doing this. You know what? Let's go ahead and send the spies back out. I know it's stupid. Can I cancel this? No. Cafeteria incident. Base for war support or political power. I can afford to lose 15, I think. Yakuza territory just grew, so conquering them just became a lot more enticing to me. Combat language is done. Encryption, decryption, so on and so forth. We're not very far ahead of time. Let's go for the resistors. So how are we doing on equipment production? Like, I should have left the spies there. I didn't really think that all through. I was kind of thinking through the political power. But spending 50 to make sure we no longer have these Crimson Caravans that can increase the suspicions of the NCR is probably worth it. All right, we're not going to do a national focus. We're just going to generate political power for a bit. We don't have a lot of time, but we don't need a lot of time. We're good. Barely, but we're good. Okay, hide. Got it. Okay, military-industrial complex. Or civilian workshops. I mean, this is just better. Do the military-industrial complex. I always tend to prefer the military factories. Why is it always going into the negative, by the way? We're spending a specific amount, and it's always taking more than it says that it's going to cost me. I'm just curious what the justification is for that exactly. I just don't know. This is dumb. I really should not have wasted this much time on this, but oh well. So we're going to need some national focuses that do give me political power. Preparing expansion for war support and stuff, I mean, that'd be nice, but I just don't think I can justify it. So there's the oral instructions. We have our production efficiency going up. Let's go for the recruitable population. I always just find that to be good since manpower is so difficult. And I do want to do the Hydraulic Republic because losing some water is fine. We're fine on that front. And if it gives me more legitimacy, that means that I get more political power gain and more manpower. Which strikes me as really good. So, definitely want to do that. Military-industrial complex is done. Let's get back over here to the NCR. We could stage some raider attacks. Not going to do that right now. Crack the code. No. Anti-communist. That seems pretty good. Let's go for anti-communist propaganda. Which, apparently, by the way, I think that, assuming all of our enemies are communists, I think that that's the only way we could have gotten that national focus. So I guess I am glad that we became an anti-communist, because this is going to lead to some permanent stability and political power, and an event which might end up being really good for me. We will definitely want more power armor and probably more energy weapons. And I don't really care about building any Securitrons. Let's go for more power armor. I know we don't have the factories for that yet, but we should be able to trade for a little bit more. So let's do that. What's construction looking like now? We only have 2 available. Yeah, it's not a lot of civilian factories, I know. But hey, power armor equals strong. Like, ridiculously good. So, I mean, heck, if we can get enough of it, we can start building some new stuff. Depot uncovered in NCR territory. Our spies have uncovered a map leading to an abandoned pre-war military depot. Huh. Excavate what we can. They will notice me, but we gain power armor. Ooh. Or cover our tracks. Ooh. That's a hard one. 400 units would allow me to get a lot more power armor. Let's excavate what we can. Why did we just lose a bunch, by the way? Didn't we have a surplus earlier? Maybe not. Okay, we are going to do the Hydraulic Republic. We're also going to do a military theory committee. Gain some experience. Increase our legitimacy. So we're up to 23% now. So I want to reroute the Crimson Caravans. But we don't have a lot more time before we have to hide from the NCR again. Still, we're going to get the anti-communist propaganda, which will help. If I can only get the power armor, or infantry equipment, which we will soon, we can try to reduce their suspicions by 20, which helps. Quite a bit, actually. So we'll finish this and we'll hold on to some political power. Then I think we're going to go ahead and stage the Raider attacks. Cause of the Great War. As most Americans know, this world wasn't always a grim, dark land inhabited by raiders and deathclaws. As we reunite the nation, many are still wondering who caused the Great War. The president could blame the Chinese to build up support, but most intelligent Americans recognize we made mistakes too without 2 O's. Typo. When asked, the president said, "We'll never forgive the Chinese, political power, lose some legitimacy, or we will never repeat the mistakes of the past, lose war support, gain legitimacy." That's a lot of political power that can make a big difference. We're going to not forgive the Chinese. Stage the Raider attacks. Okay, so we are going to reroute the Crimson Caravans. We have already done the water stuff, so that kind of helped a little bit with legitimacy. Spies were compromised. We have received an emergency transmission from our espionage in the new California Republic. They claim to have been compromised and abandoned their base of operations as a result. Thankfully, I already clicked the button. Days away from the border and on foot, they are asking for emergency evacuation. Heroic extraction and no man left behind looks good, but we need to consider our operational security. Gain stability, but their suspicions go up. Order them to relocate within the Republic. Chance that they get detected. Authorize an unsupported retreat. Relocating is kind of unnecessary. I think that we don't want to lose or make them more suspicious, though I like the idea of the base stability. Does relocating do me much good? Do we keep getting, like, special events? Let's try it. I don't know. Maybe in a few days we find out they successfully relocated and we get some special events or something. Okay, we're getting to a point where the reformers are getting a little bit too powerful again. We need to go ahead and hold a small speech. What decides, like, by having... No, treacherous silence this. I was wondering if by having a general loyal to the purists, that maybe that was increasing their faction support, but it does not appear that's the case. Political power gain would be nice. Kind of hard to say no to this, honestly. We kind of need political power gain more than anything else. So that increases up to 1.13 per day, which is a sizable advantage. The more political power we have, the more we can hide from the NCR, and the more we can do speeches to gain our support. They successfully relocated. Okay, we once again have spies. I don't know if we're going to get anything from it, but maybe. I am certainly hoping that we'll be able to reduce their suspicions by a fair bit. By letting them just see, hey, raiders, that's why all the people out here in the New Reno's land are dying. Oh, it all makes sense now. There's refined warfare. First round of doctrines done. Whoops. So, continue doctrine. Reduces our recruitable population a bit, but yeah. Doctrines equal very important. Music Vault found. During their efforts to clean up some of the smaller criminal organizations in New Reno, Enclave soldiers have stumbled across a treasure trove of pre-war audio tapes. The vast majority of the tapes have survives and hold long-lost tunes of the old world collected by a wealthy crime lord over the course of decades. The propagandist value of the collection should not be underestimated. Patriotic songs, old world nostalgia, release the tapes freely. Ooh. Well, no matter what, we're gaining stability. It's a question of, do we want war support, popularity, or political power? The popularity would increase my political power gain, I think. I need more popularity. So let's try for it. So now we're up to 50%. Well, not quite. We need to find out what other events there are that would be increasing our support. We just don't have enough support for the reformists yet. Purging these people would probably be nice. It just hurts my stability so much because there are so many elites. Still. So let's stage these raider attacks. We'll see what our what things look like once we get some more political power. So we have guns to support, arm the raiders. Or we have no guns to spare but plenty of bullets, but I think the point was to reduce NCR suspicions, right? Even so, I mean, this gives us 5 more runs. Arm them. Let's just go with the original plan. Okay, we can increase our political power gain with a couple different ways. Then there's things like New World Hopes, political power gain, and political power gain. Yeah, this is all pretty good. Or Old World Blues, consumer good factories goes down. Nice. And then propaganda, which increases our support. Okay, for a year. Let's go for the Old World Radio and try to get our political power under control. Okay, so they're up to 115, unfortunately. That is a lot of political power, and I do not generate enough. Uh-oh. Huh. Okay. Nothing to do over here yet. We've already got all of our tech there. I don't need support companies right now. I don't need new planes or ships. I think it comes down to things like improving our economy via construction speed. 1.16 per day means we're only going to generate, what, another 60? It will barely be enough. Barely. Arm the raider gangs. We can do this again. I thought we already relocated our spies. Why did it not actually give us our spies? It lied. All right. Send them out again. Being able to continue doing this every time we have plenty of infantry equipment actually seems like a pretty good use of our time. Vault City declares war on the Yakuza. Wouldn't mind killing the Yakuza myself. There's the Old World Radio. So, consumer goods is definitely nice, but I think I want the more political power gain. More political power gain translates into more speeches, more disappearances, more supports, until eventually we can crack down completely. It's all about the political power gain. I think that's the only thing that matters. We are up to 1.27 per day, so we definitely are going to get there. We can modify the government? No. No. Warn of the Red Menace. Lose weekly stability but gain war support. Fascinating. Deal with the Van Graffs. 500 units of common energy weapons are added to the stockpile. Make a deal. 300. I don't feel like that's anywhere near good enough, but okay. Good to know that those are going to be options. Baseball. The president has decided to revive a pre-war game to boost patriotism. It is the American way, and has gone to the radio with a new speech. We've been thinking quite a bit lately about something we can all relate to, something that is unquestionably, inescapably American. I am referring, of course, to our great national pastime, baseball. Now ask yourselves, what if Nevada's gamblers could live again? What if they could compete with baseball teams from California or Oregon? Put your faith in the Enclave, great America, and baseball will live again. Comfort, recreation, healthy competition, all will live again. This country will live again. Back to work. Stability is good. Do it. All right, that brings me up to 1.3 political power per day. Done. Progress? Barely, but progress? Man, this is weird. It is just a constant fight to retain control from the purists. All right, so we will do stability for a year, but we get a lot more intellectual support. Honestly, it's probably worth it while stability is not that important. I don't feel like... Wait. It just went up. No, it went down. Wait, it went up. Wait. Did baseball make the difference? Why does it keep fluctuating? She looks pretty good for 500. America's 500th birthday is approaching, and some would say she's showing her age. The land is scoured by mutants and raiders, and the Enclave, America's last great hope, is a shadow of its former self. But to Granite, this is just a cause to redouble his efforts. Americans, he declares on the radio, have never bowed to a despot, and never will. Things may look bleak now, but America will survive for the next 500 years, and well beyond that, because we always fight for a better world, or will always fight for freedom! Hey, I'm American. I'm all about that freedom right there. All right, we're becoming more and more legitimate. Over time, everyone's going to wish they were part of America, right? Is that how it's going to work? God, I hope so. Yeah, I don't know why this is fluctuating. What's changing? Due to changes in the other parties. It's balancing out somehow. I'm not really sure. Okay. We could get more resources, but we've never really had a problem with those. Not going to worry about tech right now. Don't need any of that. All right, let's go ahead and start researching some support companies. I'm going to go for the maintenance because that's just always been good for me thus far. I know we're having problems with resources, but I don't have any factories right now that are building anything because we have too much consumer goods. Yeah, that is unfortunate, but oh well. All right, so that should greatly increase our popularity. I don't need to crack the code right now, unless that leads to something good. Hang on. User spies to send a fake radio broadcast causing the Western Brotherhood to declare war. Or the Bishop incident caused the Desert Rangers to declare war. Huh. I don't really need to do that. Purge the opposition. We have to find a way to do that. Let's do the Enclave Police and get the extra political power generation. And then we can arm more raider gangs. We can also do NCR Radio. Wait, hang on. Change in popularity of technocracy. Huh? New California Radio will play highbrow, subtly pro-Enclave pieces. So it increases our oligarchy by making them more technocratic. What does that do for me? I don't think it does anything for me. That seems like a terrible idea. Let's not do that. We can arm the raider gangs, though. So we'll keep doing that basically whenever I can, because it helps. I can get another advisor. I don't think any of that is a good idea, though. I think it really is just about holding speeches and trying to crack down now. Now's the time where we kind of move in for the kill. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and hold a small speech. Like so. 51% now. But then, now, once again, they are going up. Whereas before, it was looking good for us. What the heck changed? Demote a purist scientist. Now that we have enough support. Changes in popularity to oligarchy goes down by a lot. And the treacherous scientists is worse? Yeah, anything that reduces the daily elite support here is actually going to be really good for me. Okay, so we do need to be doing this. We can reduce our organization and attack. We can reduce our research speed. All of that is fine. Let's go ahead and demote the Purist. So we're going to lose Mary. But when this is done, or is it already done? Okay, they are going up, but now we're up to 58%. Still going down by a small amount. It's getting there, though, and if I can get 75, we'll be able to do another thing. But I also need to be saving up more political power because, once again, the freaking bear is, you know, a freaking bear. We're arming the raider gangs. Do we see this cost go down? Yep, it went down by not 20, but 10. You lying? You lying liars. All right. I guess we hold off. Just generate some political power. Let's not risk it. I mean, it is an improvement. It does help. But I feel like we're not going to be able to accomplish much. Dr. Henry returns, an ex-Enclave medical scientist who used to work with the Enclave cybergenetic research program at the Poseidon oil rig and at various other Enclave installations. Later, he deserted the Enclave due to a conflict with another scientist. When he received word of the revival of the Enclave, he was skeptical at first, but once news spread of our efforts to become a worthy American government, he left his clinic in order to rejoin the Enclave and get one more grand accomplishment done. Welcome back, Doc. Dr. Henry is now available. Compassionate Doctor. Population, attrition, we lose war support. There's the Enclave Police. New Reno is safer than you'd expect for a city with no police force. But that's because order is maintained by a gentleman's agreement between the families. It would incorporate many of their mobsters into our new police force, or we could start from scratch. Just use these guys, lose legitimacy, gain manpower, lose political power. I think I would rather gain the legitimacy and lose the stability. So I guess we got out with the old. So that was the original plan anyway. We just don't have to buy it. So now we can go for some expansions, which may not be a good idea. But what else is there to do aside from expand? We can crack the code. Whoops. I didn't even realize it was unpaused. Since the Enclaves reformed the integration of American citizens, some of those who fled after the fall of Navarro have returned, including the scientist Arcade Gannon, son of an Enclave officer who later joined the followers of the Apocalypse, inspired by a better life for the people of the Wastes. Okay, he's a new advisor. So I guess we can crack the code. But I don't need this. So what would probably be better is to do nothing with our political power generation, and instead deal with the NCR, and then start demoting people. Why can't I do this? We need more stability. Crap. Hang on. Reduce administrative shifts. All right, we're going to be improving our base stability for a bit. It's worth it to get us to 50% so we can demote the Purists. All right, we're going to end this video here. I think we're starting to kind of get things to work, but it's slow, and this definitely has not been an expansionist run. But I also just don't feel comfortable going for the expansion, knowing that I'm going to be increasing my costs to hide from the NCR when I'm not prepared. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.